keep on trying, I'ma keep on grinding. My your boy gon' be on TV. We came all the way from nothing, turned it into something. No, these niggas cannot beat me. Don't know why they keep on trying, I'ma keep on grinding.
No Vaseline was good, but it didn't hit like.
Turn it into something. Yeah, we made it something. They like the way I turn nothing into something.
What's up, what's fly, and what's happening? Welcome back to another episode of Behind Bars. It is the podcast that goes behind the bars of local and international artists, as well as discusses the culture in real time, because as I always say, a life lived, it's a bar. I'm your hostess with the mostest. I misplay mine. I'm back in the building one more time. Flying solo, our co-host Big Play is not with us today, but that's all right because what I say, the show must go on. And I am super excited about the show that we have this week. We got some amazing guests that's going to come in and go behind the bars of a song that's actually written and performed by yours truly. That's right. Misplay my song that was a tribute to my homeboy Kato the Dawn. Y'all give it up for Kato the Dawn. Rest in peace. And so the guests that are here, they're both very dear to me. And so I was so excited when they said that they would join us because I think they have a lot to offer the conversation. But before we get to that, y'all know what time it is. It's playtime. Let's go.
Switching lanes, running lights, trying to race. Man, the police got behind us, trying to chase us, but they can't. I be chilling in the track, I'm with K, blowing dank. Man, it's pain hitting deep, I'm calling bills for the drink. If you a bad...
Yeah. It is playtime. And we know that playtime is usually Big Play's time to talk about what's got his mind, what's got his ear, what got his heart for the week. But since Big Play ain't here, I am taking playtime this week. And before I get into it, I just want to show y'all a quick video. It's very short, about 12 seconds. I want to show y'all something.
You're not supposed to get along with everybody. Everybody's not supposed to like you. Stop dumbing down who you are so you can fit in with where you left.
Preach, Bishop Jakes. Listen. This was the second video with the same message that I had seen during the week. I had seen LL in a video earlier talking about, I'm not going to dim my light to make just because you going through something or to make you feel comfortable. And then I ran across the Bishop T.D. Jakes saying exactly the same thing. And I felt that way down in my soul. And when I tell you I felt that, I did, because I thought about a couple things that I had heard. I'm gonna tell you two quick things. One thing, someone told me, and they were referencing myself and another lady. And they said that the other lady is more likely to get married because I give off a leadership type of quality that, it's going to be harder for me to get married. Yeah, he said that. He told me that. And to be clear, I wasn't offended by it. And in all honesty, I think there might be some truth to it. But then I had to think, now, what am I to do with that information? I thought about it for about 2 seconds. What am I supposed to do with that information? And then it hit me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing for me to do with that information, because while I wasn't offended by it, and I do think there is some truth to it, in the words of the great 8 Ball and MJG, I can't be nobody but me, and that's all I can be. That's, me being me, me being an intelligent woman, me being a boss at my job, me being a leader at my church, me being the head of my household because I am single, there are just certain characteristics that I'm going to have, that there's no way around it, that I'm just going to naturally have. So even in, and you can ask anybody that's been involved with me, even me being submissive, because I'm I would consider myself somewhat submissive in relationships, even being agreeable, even being, very much an advocate of the man as the head of the house. Even in all of that, there's just certain characteristics that I am naturally going to have, that I naturally possess. And I can't take down for the sake of getting married. I can't change who I am. Now, there's certain things that you take in, you use it, and you use that to cultivate yourself to becoming a better person. But I couldn't use that. Another person told me, he said, this is a good friend of mine. He said, I seen you working out on Facebook the other day. And I said, man, she about to scare some Negroes off. I said, what? I'm about to. He told me that. Again, I was not offended by it. And maybe there's some truth to it, because when guys say stuff, I listen, because guys know guys and they know how guys think. I asked him, I said, why would you say that? He said, dudes see that, they see you going to church and they feel like they got to do all of that to get with you. And that might turn some people off. Again, I said, what am I to do with this information? I thought about it for 2 more seconds. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I can't do anything with that information. All I can say is, to those who would feel that way, to those who my leadership or how well spoken I am, or if you think you got to be this, that, whatever the situation may be, I can't take that on for myself. And I don't fault them for feeling that way. I don't fault them if that's a turnoff for them. But I can't be nobody but me. And that's all I can be. So I say, Godspeed to them, and pray that they find a woman that suits them. Because one thing I know is not anybody that I've ever been involved with that I look back and long for. Because at the end of the day, I don't feel like I lost. And that's not to say that I'm all of that. It's just to say that when I leave someone's life or they leave my life, I know that they missed out on a woman that prayed for them, that kept their name before the throne of grace, that loved purely and intensely, that's a good keeper of the house, that's intelligent, that's a good earner. And what did I lose? Someone who wasn't prepared to love me for me. So who lost? That's my way of thinking at it. And so that was on my mind today. And so that was my playtime for this week. Y'all do with that what you want to do with it. But one thing I always say is,
quit playing with me, man. You tell me get on something, I'ma do it.
Quit playing with me. I love that. I love that little clip of play. Quit playing with me. No, but that's our playtime for today. But now it's time for us to get ready. It's time for us to get excited, because we got some guests in the house today. Oh, tell somebody we got guests. Y'all know I love when we got guests. And we have some very, very special guests. Our first guest that I want to introduce y'all to, he is the co-founder of Peace During War. Yes, sir. He is the connection coordinator at the Urban Alliance. Yes, sir. He did create the initiative called A Change of Status. He did all of that, and he happened to have been one of the greatest supporters of the Relentless Way movement. I want y'all to give a warm behind bars welcome to my homeboy. Some of y'all know him as Yafincio Harris. I still call him Big B. Y'all give it up right now for my boy, Big B. What's up, B?
What's happening?
Not a whole lot. Glad to have you. I'm glad you decided to pop in with us today, because I think you got a whole lot to say regarding this conversation. So thank you for accepting the invitation. Hey, y'all, but we ain't done. I said we got guests. Plural. We got another guest that popped in. This is like little bro to me, man. I'm telling you, He's one that I sat up with many nights, kicking the bobos with. He rubbing his feet together like an old man, even though he was a young man. He also happens to be a graduate of the Change of Status program. Some of y'all know him as Pork. Some of y'all know him as James. Y'all give a warm welcome to my little bro, Mr. James Shaver. What's up, Pork?
Not much, chilling. What's going on with you?
Not a whole lot. I'm glad to have y'all, though. I'm really, really glad to have y'all. Before we get started, though, I'm going to let you go first. I want you to shout your people out because I don't want your people to say that you didn't give them a shout out. Shout your people out.
Man, saying what's up to all my folks, man, who out here doing something, moving and grooving, especially all the guys I'm working with, Mike Monroe, Mike Wilder, you know, my boy Alejandro, all the guys at the building, man, my boy Nutty, you know what I'm saying, Shelby, all the good guys that's out here putting in some work, trying to do something. And anybody and everybody that support my journey, I appreciate y'all.
Shout out to them. Port, I want you to shout your people out. I want you to be careful how you shout them out, too. Don't leave nobody out because I don't want nobody on your head.
That's why I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to shout out all my people. Shout out to everybody.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to all those people. So, the song that's going to be the backdrop of the conversation today is the One More Time that I did for my homeboy Kato. And the reason I really wanted you two on this show, not just because of, you know, what I talked about, evolution and change, but I specifically think of you two when I think of the time spent on Relentless Way. I often tell people, I say, man, when we was trapped in Portage doing this CD, James was the only one that came and saw about me and Chuck. James would come and rescue us. We ain't had no car. Back then I smoked and drank. James would be like, you can smoke your squares in here, man. That's because you know, P-Man and Kato used to always be like, ain't no smoking in here. Pork be like, man, duck smoking here. You can smoke. And so, you know, he was just really always there for us. And Big B, you know, I always say, I always felt kind of safe when Big B was around, but kind of uneasy too. Because I just was like, man, what you and B and them been up here doing, man, while I'm riding around with y'all? But I knew he was always as street as he was. He always had the air of a gentleman and always made me feel comfortable. So that's why I wanted y'all on here. So we're going to play the first verse of the song. And then after that, we're going to break some stuff down after that. Is that cool?
I'm with it.
All right, let's go.
I need you to book some studio time for me.
All right.
I'm about to go ahead and put on one time for Kato.
All right, let's do it.
Just shoot me the time and stuff, and then, you know, I'm be in and out. I got that, like that little joke beat.
Oh, yeah, it's on there. It's going to be fire.
God be with him. I got to put on one time for my boy. God be with him. It's only right. I know that I miss him. It's only right. God be with him. God be with him. You know that I miss him. You know that I miss him. Oh, I woke up that day heart heavy, mind troubled and my soul hurt. Thinking about in the days to come, had to put my little cousin in the dirt. Looking over at all the shirts, Pete Reed and Grandma first. Now Big Tev hopped out of bed, finally going back to work. I made it in about 9:10, took a seat behind my desk. 1:38 I got the text, Big Rob said, sis you heard yet? I hadn't heard, didn't want to hear. Opened my mouth and I couldn't speak. Ran out the building and called C, said please tell me this can't be. I just need to know that everything gon' be okay. Please tell me, God, that it's not my man K. I just got so much left, I still gotta say. I took some time to pray, but yet and still God's will said that it was time, and I couldn't stop from crying. Why is all my people dying? Then my mind hit rewind, and it took me back in time when all we had was rhyme, and we spit it on your dime. And it ain't no sense in lying, I was with you since a child. We grew to be so close that this gon' haunt me for a while. And I just wanna smile when I think about your smile, but it hurt too much right now. I pray I see you in the cloud, and God be with us, cause if you're not, they probably fit us. Another 23, 6 feet, 83 inches. And if you could let my people know that I miss them, and I pray that when they left you was with them. One last time for Kato, 2 more times for Kendrick. This one for Relentless, we in it till we finish. One last time for Kato, 2 more times for Kendrick. This one for Relentless. Woo. So, I know if you looked at those videos, I see B in a few of the shots. I see you Pork in one of the shots. Now, the song comes on. I woke up that day, heart heavy, mind troubled, and my soul hurt. Thinking about in the days to come, had to put my little cousin in the dirt. Looking over at all the shirts, P, Ree, and Grandma first. Now Big Tev hopped out of bed, finally going back to work. We were actually preparing for my little cousin's funeral when Kato passed. Can you talk to us, James, and tell us a little bit about what it's like trying to deal with another loss in your friend, and in the middle of that, losing another brother? What was that like?
Man, it was, man, it's hard to explain that feeling. Because to this day, you know, I still ain't never dealt with it, you know? So it's kind of hard for me to explain that.
Right.
Man, that's all I can really say is, man.
Now, B, I know you've experienced loss too on that in that level. What is it like, in your opinion? How do you process it when it's one after another like that?
You know, it's kind of difficult, even though our lifestyle make it so routine. You know, but some of these guys in our lives was real jewels. They just weren't no guys we was gravitating to and hanging around for a year or so. These guys, you know, had put life into us, you know, spoke life into us, you know, had blessings on the table, had time and adventurous times, and we done made up out of hardship. We done made it through hardship with each other. So, you know, it worked on me for a long time. So I'm still that's why I formulated a healing circle. I'm still learning how to grow and deal with those things, you know, learn how to grieve, learn how to, you know, say what I feel.
Ooh, you said something right there. Learn how to grieve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times people say, well, everybody grieves differently. And a lot of times when they say that, I really don't think, I know what they mean, but I think sometimes people do more avoiding than grieving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to forget rather than actually grieving.
Yeah.
And so what's the healing circle? Tell us about that.
Well, you know, the healing circle, like I said, I created an initiative called Change the Status because I feel like I was groomed to lose. You know, I was big, I couldn't cry, I couldn't laugh a lot, I couldn't even dance, you know. So it's like I always had to be like this symbol of protection, this symbol of, you know, security, this symbol of, you know, don't play with us, you know what I'm saying? So it's like coming out, you know, growing up like that and being groomed like that. When you start to do different, it bothers you because your pride is built up off these things. You are the tools that helped you survive by you being work. And so now that time brings change, and change come with time, we find other ventures in life. We have to unlearn a bunch of things that we did learn. You know, when we was in survival mode, we're not surviving anymore. We're trying to live. So we got to find out what that look like because we want to be good at living, right? Just like we're good at surviving. And a lot of coming with learning how to live is learning how to, you know, speak your truth. You know what I'm saying? Respect your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And let it out. You know what I'm saying?
Stop right there. Stop right there, because you said something that I want to kind of settle in. Respect your feelings. Now, you James, you are a graduate of the change of status program, correct?
Yeah.
Now, when he says respect your feelings, and I know this particularly applies to men, especially black men. When you say you still haven't dealt with it, how is the healing circle helping you to understand what you feel? And then what are you doing with that?
It's helping me open up to really figure out who self is, for me to figure out who I am more.
Mhm.
Because like he said, I was lost. Even with the death of my brother P Man, you know what I'm saying, I was incarcerated. So I never really got to mourn.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like is even with Kato, you know what I'm saying, I never really got to mourn. It's like that, okay, I gotta be strong. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't show no weakness, I can't show no emotion. But,
Right.
being around because, he's showing me that, hey, you could cry, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? It don't make you less of a man. You can show your
Right.
emotions. You can express how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning how to deal with it. Day by day. But like I tell him, it's hard. I don't want to accept the fact that my brothers is gone. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know.
Right.
So
So and I think first shout out to the healing circle, because that's something that is so needed. It is so needed. And so I really appreciate the fact that you all have taken that on. So does experiencing so much death make you view life differently?
at one point in time, to be honest with you, like yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It made me it when I lost P Man. It made me look at life like, okay, hey, fuck it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get back. I gotta retaliate. And I had a conversation with B, um, and I told him, I said, man, what's crazy, man? P Man death, it affects me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's my brother. But Kato death affect me different. And he said, why you
Mm.
feel like that? I said, man, because like he said, I felt like I was designed to grow up a certain way. And the
Right.
way P Man died is like, okay, that's what the streets gonna bring you if you in the streets. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it was. I'm not gonna say it was more acceptable, but it was like,
Wow. I
like
know
damn,
what you're
okay,
saying.
like this a lifestyle we live. This what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Why cry about it? Get out there and do something about it. But then when I lost Kato, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? COVID, it hurt me. It took something from me because I'm like, damn, out of everything we done been through in life, you know what I'm saying, as kids, growing up to men, doing whatever under the sun, damn, COVID, out of everything, COVID. So
Right.
it kind of made me like sit back and be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta find out the reason. You know what I'm saying? And
But
the
you know
expect
what? I think that really speaks to the deprogramming that we got to do, because we've become so desensitized to
Mhm.
violence and black death that you thought it was more acceptable for another black man to kill your brother than for illness to take him
Mhm.
out. And that's toxic thinking. And I understand exactly what you're saying, but again, that goes to what you said. We have to unlearn so many
Mhm.
things in so many ways that we've come to accept as normal,
true story.
because that ain't. You know what I mean? That ain't. But you know what? Why was it? Because I think about P, and like you said, when P died, obviously I was in a different place than I was when Kato died. Um, P dying made me want to. That's really what kind of catapulted me into church, into changing my lifestyle, because I felt like this ain't it. You know what I mean? This garbage then took my boy. I used to be with Pete all the time. That was like, you know, it was like you see P, and I tell people all the time, the only reason that I wouldn't have been with him that day is because I used to always tell him, dude, I'm not riding around Kalamazoo with you in that bright green truck. I'm like, P, man, we a Target out here. Like, I can see you 6 blocks away in this candy apple green truck. But but it's what made me want to change my life, because I said, no, as much as we glorified this crap, to me, I was like, no, that garbage took my boy, and I don't want, I don't want no parts of it. But what about this? So when I say in the rhyme, my mind hit rewind and it took me back in time when all we had was rhyme and we spit it on your dime. I just went back to when we were young, and we just wanted to rap and make it, even before the whole Relentless Way movement. Back in high school, when we was just young rapping, and Kato was paying for us to go rap, and for whatever reason, we believed we could do it. The way y'all followed and supported us, I felt like y'all believed it too. What made y'all believe in his dream like that?
Well, go ahead, James.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, I'm just a supporter. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the streets, that's what you was taught. Win, lose, or draw, you ride with your side. So if we had a rapper that was rapping, give me a T-shirt. I'm coming through the door with the shirt on. Matter of fact, give me one of them towels. I'm gonna be swinging like Petey Pablo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I want to let them know, like, we your turn up. So, and if you look at other things we did in life, getting on the highways and doing like that, I supported.
Right.
I supported it all because, that's all I knew how to do.
Right. What about you, Port?
Well,
what made you believe in it?
That's my brother. I'm gonna believe in anything. You know what I'm saying? Anything. I know Kato. Kato, the type of person, anything he set his mind to, he gonna make good out of it. You know what I'm saying? No matter if it's bad or whatever, he gonna make good out of it. And my mama always raised us, no matter what, we doing, be there for one another. You know what I'm saying? Whether you think it's gonna be good or not, you be there for one another. So I'm gonna always be there for him.
Okay.
Yeah. And you said it too, because if you looked at, me and my sister was talking one day, and we were talking about him being in Vegas, and I was like, the thing is, because he did what he said he was going to do, because he always had a plan, because he took care of his household in a way like a man do, Kato could have told his family, we about to move to Iceland. And they would have packed up and moved to Iceland, expecting that whatever is in Iceland, he gonna make it do what it do.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He gonna make it do what it do, and that's what I loved about him. Because, like you say, when he said something, he did it to the fullest. So there's a part in there. Oh no, he didn't halfway do it at all. So there's a part in there where I say, and God be with us, because if you don't, they probably fit us another 23, 6 feet, 83 inches. And if you could let my people know that I miss them, and I pray that when they left, you was with them. I thought about a casket being roughly 83 inches long, 23 inches in height, and obviously the grave being 6 feet deep. So that's where that bar came from. But I felt kind of defeated when Kato passed. And I knew that because of everything that had happened with Tev, I knew that if God didn't pull me through it, I wasn't gonna make it. And so what comforted you in that moment, and B, what comforts you in moments like that?
Man, for real, Angie, just really being around my family, cherishing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, being around my family, my loved ones, people that genuinely love me.
Right.
That want the best for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's how I deal with things.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and do you think Kato's passing played a part in your transformation in your change of status, as Big B would say?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I, you know, yeah, I would say it because no matter what I did, you know what I'm saying, every day, me and Kato was on the phone every day, you know what I'm saying? And he was getting on me about something, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
all Kato wanted to see me do was do better, you know what I'm
Yep,
saying? And
yep,
Right.
I felt like,
that's
you
it.
know, my whole life, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say my whole life, but you know, when I started getting in trouble at a young age, I felt like
Yeah.
I was letting them down, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I always told him, you know what I'm saying, that yeah, man, one day I'm gonna do something different. You know what I'm saying? I used to make him mad. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, man, you got to do something different, man. You need to start just thinking. And I used to always be like, yeah, one day I'm gonna do something different, but not right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I kind of beat myself up a lot because I felt like I should have made that change while he was here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like not why he can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Not why he
Yeah.
can't. Not why he can't give me my flowers. I give him his flowers. Because like I say, no matter what I did in life, you know what I'm saying. All my brothers was there. You know what I'm saying. But Kato, you know what I'm saying. He was there. You know what I'm saying. No matter what. You
Right.
know what I'm saying. Right, wrong. He was right there. You know.
So B, um, how did you know that he was ready? You know that Pork was ready to really do the work. You know, because it sounded like you doing extensive. You know, y'all doing extensive work on change. How did you know that he was ready to really do it?
I didn't know. I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I just knew
Mm-hmm.
we wasn't who we were 5 and 6 years ago, and we couldn't be them same individuals, or we wasn't growing. If you don't evolve, you become extinct. You know what I'm saying? In the path we was
Right.
going down, you know, yeah, we was laying shit down, but there was some new motherfuckers coming up laying shit down too. So you know what I'm saying? We can't just lay everybody down. We can't keep making room and making room. What was we?
Hmm.
What was we gaining when we stepped away? When we cleared our board and we stepped away, what did we have left? You know what I'm saying? That identified what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? So my picture was just getting clearer because my feelings was growing differently. I was gravitating more towards being a father and things like that. You know, I had never stuck around to watch one of my children grow up because my life was dedicated to the streets. You know, and
Right.
I met the women in the streets. I moved. I treated everything the same. You know, I put myself first, be selfish to them because I was taught to show no love, love will get you killed. But yeah, I expected love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I started wanting to push out what I was getting, and people were showing me love. I always been a good dude. You know what I'm saying? They were showing me love, so I wanted to honor that. I wanted to honor myself. Who am I? What do I want? What's my purpose? You know what I'm saying? And it just kicked in and kicked in. So I just stayed breathing on James because, as you know, shit, James came to me every time for a gun. Every time he shot a motherfucker, went to the joint. So I was part of helping him being the person he was. So now when he come to me, I'm giving him a different injection. I'm giving him different fuel.
Ooh.
Positive. He's
Yes.
not sacrificing himself. He's not no sacrificial lamb to me. His value is big. I want him here with me. We losing everybody.
Right.
So why I'm gonna keep sending him out, to crash and burn when I ain't doing it? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell him to pump his brakes. Our money gotta match our attitude. Let's do
Wait
something
a
different.
minute. Let me give you a round of applause right there, sir, because you doing what a lot of people won't do. You know what I mean? A lot of people. I say this about rappers all the time,
Yeah,
and it's been said. They say they send their kids to private school and then tell you to get out on the block and bang. You
real
know what
talk.
I mean? And so I respect. I respect what you're doing, and I don't want to get too far into that because we gonna hit on that portion of it that you're talking about. Because I remember I seen you. Matter of fact, I remember I had seen you. It was the 4th of July one year. I hadn't seen you in so long, and I seen you in South Haven at the fireworks, and we had a similar conversation. So we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
But before we do that, it's time for a short commercial break. Hey, you. Yeah, you with the wires hanging from your TV. Did you know that Jeff's TV mounting and home repairs can hide your cords, secure your mount, hang your artwork, fix your drywall, and assemble your furniture? Well, now you know. Get rid of that sloppy setup in your game room and stop stuffing cords behind your dresser. Call Jeff at 269-414-5147 or book on the Facebook page of Jeff's TV Mounting and Home Repair. Jeff's has the best prices in town for reliable, high quality craftsmanship, service in Kalamazoo and the surrounding areas. That's Jeff's TV Mounting and Home Repair Services for all your TV mounting and home repair needs. Give it up for Jeff's TV Mounting. So I'm going to play this second verse, and then we're going to get into, we're going to get a little further into the conversations. Let's hear the second verse first.
2 more times for Kendrick, this one for Relentless. We in it till we finish. See, I remember way back when you was still just K-Mac, the one that swooped me up from school, put my voice up on the track, changed my name to Lady Mac. We was locked and that was that. You was hustling after school, kept us with that loud pack. Me, you, Frank and Chuck, gon' looking for Pookie Slim. He was still deep in the streets, didn't take this rap stuff for real. We was kids, getting grown, trying to best to put our city on. Homegrown, straight out the zone, cutting work and dropping songs. Remember that little dust up? Oh boy, almost got touched up. You called me from the West Coast, said ain't nothing gon' touch us. You rock, I roll, they fold up. And if y'all really know us, you know we wasn't gon' hold up. Relentless way gon' roll up. Secrets that you kept for me, same ones that I kept for you. You and Pete drop racks off, exactly why I stepped for you. And I don't know what's next for you, but these few bars I got to spit them. The only thing I say to God is when he left, pray you was with him. One last time for Kato, 2 more times for Kendrick. This one for Relentless. We in it till we finish. One last time for Kato, 2 more times for Kendrick. This one for Relentless. We in it till we finish.
All right. So I said, I remember way back when you were still just K-Mac. See, a lot of people they only know Kato, but I remember K-Mac. That's what his name was. I was the one that swooped me up from school and put my voice up on the track. So I remember him. I said in the chorus, one last time for Kato, 2 more times for Kendrick. This one for Relentless. We in it till we finish. So everybody pretty much know who Kato is. James, tell us about who Kendrick is or was.
Man, hey, I'm gonna sum it up for you, Angie. That dude was a brilliant individual, man. He was before his time, man.
For real.
Like, I don't know what it was about him, man. Like he could influence anybody to believe in his dream. You know what I'm saying? Like and then he was a lot of people don't know Kato really was a people's person. Like Kato could talk to anybody, you know what I'm saying, about anything. And like Kato, like his wheels was always rolling. Like Kato would call me, and this when we was all in Portage on Idaho. Kato would call me, B, hey, let's go to New York. Like, what we going to New York for?
Yeah.
We would just go to New York.
Me too. We went to New York.
Yeah. Next thing I know, he's selling clothes. You know what I'm saying? Shoes, purses.
Shoes.
It was just brilliant, man. Like, and I don't know, man. He just was a brilliant dude, man.
So you kind of going into what I wanted to ask B about. So I say no, that's all right. That's a good segue. I say he was hustling after school, kept us with that loud pack. Again, this is Kato the Hustler. This is another Kato. Tell us about Kato the Hustler, B.
Man, get money, man. Young dude, man. Young dude. I'm talking young dude, man. He was getting money, man. You know what I'm saying? They'd come down to Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody see the Michigan plates. Niggas was talking all proper. Them boys had cake, man. Young age. I'm talking about even when the short bodies was hidden, you know what I'm saying? But he was a bona fide hustler, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about if you was trying to get it together, he, getting it together. And a lot of people didn't even know he was into diamonds and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't know that till later, when he actually opened up on them, you know what I'm saying? But
hold up, though. I can tell you something about that, B. I remember because my mom loved jewelry.
Yeah.
I remember way, way back, long before he got into the jewelry. She seen him somewhere and she was like, I seen your homeboy. I said, yeah. She said, that boy got on a bad ring. I said, what you mean? She said, he got on a good diamond. I said, And she ended up talking to him about it, and she came back and she was like, "Yeah, he no good jury. He got And so you're right. He was into diamonds way early.
Yeah, super. You know.
Kato was into everything early. I remember Kato used to just like he'd take toy cars apart, like he was just into anything. And
Right.
he started getting older. He started putting cars together. Like he just was
But
off into anything.
but you know what? He was always one thing you can say that he was a hustler, a street hustler, and I mean a hustler because I remember and P Man did this too, and I remember this is why they always say and no shade to Snoop, free our brother Snoop while we at it, free
All the
Chef,
time.
free Ive, you know what I'm saying? But I can remember why they was hustling a little better because I remember them dudes walking. I'm talking about had money, walking, and then waiting, then jumping a little clean 9.8, stand at 9.8 for. Then next thing you know, the rims break. But I remember them stacking, hustling, waiting, stacking, hustling. It really wasn't trying to do no whole bunch of flossing right away. So I watched them dudes hustle from the ground up, and so it was definitely in them. Which leads to this though. This leads to this. So there's a part in the song where I say, "Remember that little dust up? Oh boy, almost got touched up. You called me from the West Coast, said ain't nothing gonna touch us." Now, Pork, when I talked to you, we talked about it ain't no secret. There was some pretty public spats between you and a couple of my brothers. And today it seems so pointless and it seems so senseless. Even, one of my brothers in Kato had gotten into it. But I thought about a time where I had an altercation with Snoop. And there was some stuff going on back and forth. My brothers was wilding out. And Kato called me. He was in Vegas. And he said, Miss Lady, that's what he said, Miss Lady, I love you. We ain't got no problem. Tell them niggas get away from my mama house door. so it was just, but we was tight like that. It was like, ain't gonna be nothing between us, but this what we need to happen. Talk to me about how relationships can go so sour, but yet and still can still be rebuilt.
Because a lot of times the situation ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it is. Sometimes relationships. I feel like if it's an altercation and the relationship goes sour and you can't fix that relationship, it was never a relationship in the beginning. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This was destined to happen. It just happened in a fucked up way. You know what I'm saying? That's all I like. But if the relationship is real, like if it's genuine love, there's nothing that can come between that. No matter what me and you go through, if it's a genuine friendship, if it's a genuine love, it can be mended. It can be fixed. You know.
I used to say that all the time when Piz and Kato was into it. I'm like, nigga, this seems so stupid to me. Like you niggas is dumb. Like it just didn't even make sense in my mind. Like I couldn't wrap my mind around it. And I was right. And I was right because I think it haunts them to this day. Because I don't think he ever got a chance. I don't think they ever got a real opportunity to get that straightened out.
That's very much so true because, like, to this day, me and Priest, we have had several conversations about the Kato situation and the Short situation, and I think, like, a majority of that was egos on both ends. Kato,
absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to hear what Priest was saying. Priest, he didn't want to hear what Kato was saying. And then it's all, I tell people this all the time. I can't tell you how to feel about something.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely when it's a death. I can't, even with my brothers, you know what I'm saying? I can't tell them how to feel about anything. You know what I'm saying? They can't tell me
Right.
how to feel. They can give me their input, their opinion on what they think is right, but at the end of the day, it's my emotions. It's my feelings on how I
Right.
feel. You know,
You
and
can't even sometimes control how you feel. Like
very much
sometimes
so.
you know, you may not even want to feel like that and you just feel. So you definitely can't tell nobody how to feel.
And I think that was their problem. I think, you know, and a lot of people put their input in on something that they should have never. And it should, like
Right.
when Priest was coming to me and Priest would tell you, I used to tell her, hey, Priest, don't, you know, you say Kato your brother, you go talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Kato, hey, man, like, hey, man, listen to him, you know. And I used to tell Kato, hey, Kato, you can't tell a person who to hang with and who not to hang with. You know what I'm saying? If that's what a
Right.
person want to do, cool. You don't have to accept it, but you don't have to make a issue out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel like that, you know, whatever, that's cool. That's your feelings. And like I've grown to learn that just because I feel some type of way, that don't mean that I have to express it, and that don't mean I have to act on it. You know what
And
I'm
wait a
saying?
minute, you just said something too. You grown. And that's what the whole point of this is about growth. So for instance, B, you in my eyes, and tell me if I'm wrong when I say this. At one time, you were considered an enforcer. You muted B, I can't hear you.
Most definitely, you're correct. My fault.
Okay. You was considered an enforcer. Now, today, I consider you to be a mender
Most
of
definitely.
broken things.
Most definitely.
So, how did that play into um helping James to resolve some of the issues that he had going on within and with other people? Is that a part of the work that you was doing, James, that allowed you to see that feelings are just feelings? They're not always facts. They're not, you know, they're just feelings and people feel how they feel. How did you play a role in that, B?
Well, I give them the facts. You know, a feeling that never override a fact. You can feel a certain way right now. We can fly to Florida. I can make you smile. We can, you know, debrief and talk about it and release. A fact is, if you go out and violate in such a way, we've been inside these penitentiary walls where our money ain't on the books. We ain't getting no cars. We don't know what's going on till something tragic happened. Then we hear from people. The penitentiary say it's 31 prisons in Michigan, only one for women, the other 30 for men, and they all overcrowded. So that means emotions are in the way. So
Right.
chessboard, I teach it every Tuesday. It's the chessboard. We're gonna set our chessboard up and we're gonna move off based off exactly what it is. America's a business. This was going on in the United States. This was going on in our neighborhood. So we can't let these little things blind us. We have to pay attention to if we coming over here and want to be a citizen or whatever the fuck and start living, we got to pay attention to what that look like. Now we could feel any type of way we want to, and we could hold on to a grudge if we want to, but we're gonna be self-inflicting ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because life gonna go on. Even after the funerals, life go on. So what that
Sure.
makes us, what we gonna have to do. And that means we're gonna have to formulate a plan. And some people can't go with you. So no matter how you feel, we have to let the fact override everything if it's a purpose behind it, if it's a positive purpose behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Leave individuals where they at, because they may not be growing mentally or physically like we are. And we can't
Hey, stop right there, B. Stop right there. Stop right there. You said something.
yeah.
Because if you're growing and evolving and
Mm-hmm.
other people are
Mm-hmm.
not,
Mm-hmm.
they automatically left behind.
Got
Whether
to.
you want them to be or not,
Got to.
you've
Dropping all
already
names.
left them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Physically, you may be in the same vicinity as them, but emotionally and
Yeah.
mentally, you have left them behind.
That's why
And
same
that's okay.
yeah, that's real. That's real. That's why we talked about the same topic for more than 1 year. Because some people didn't know how to let go. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn to let go, you'll learn to move on. You know what I'm saying? Like we got stars and stripes out these streets. Yet we're ready to turn against each other over words, over confusion. No, we just
Right.
survive through all of that. Why we can't survive through our terms and negotiation, you know what I'm saying, to make things better for us.
So then today, and back to you, James. So today, when I look at um uh Piz and Snoop, you know, working together towards, trying to free them. And I think about they was beefed out at one point, you know what I mean? And like I say, when you called me, Snoop called or wrote me and was my main thing to everybody was listen, if you big grown Negroes want to risk your freedom, I told you this too, Port. Y'all want to risk y'all freedom. Y'all want to risk seeing your kids, your mamas. You want to risk your life about this ignorant stuff. I ain't got too much wind in me to try and talk to y'all because I got a son that's 22 and y'all is 40 and 50. And if y'all ain't figured it out by now, then I can't offer y'all nothing but a good prayer. I told you that. I told Snoop that. I told Priest that. Kato never talked to me about it though, because he knew Kato knew. He knew what I would say because, when I talked to Kato, we talked for 4-5 hours. So he already knew what I would say. So he knew, don't even mention that to But I did. But because I think it's a level of maturity that has to be reached to where you understand that is ignorant and that's stupid. And if something happened to one of them, we all going to be crying.
True story.
Ain't that sad? If something happened when y'all was running around acting a fool like that, I was thinking to myself, yeah, let something happen to one of them. The other ones would be somewhere bent over.
That's true.
Hurt.
That's true.
So what are we doing? Back to what I was saying to you, B. I don't know if you remember that 4th of July where I seen you at the fireworks, hadn't seen you in a while. And you were telling me about how you came to realize that what I was in the street, I was basically being used to do something that was benefiting me in no way, not benefiting my kids. And I just really decided that that's not what I wanted to do. Do you think that the death of P-Man helped you to realize that?
In a lot of sense, yeah, because I offered myself as that. So that's what people call me for.
Right.
And so if a lot of people know P, they know P fed a lot of people with a silver spoon. You know what I'm saying? P wasn't a gun toter, yet he died by a gun. He didn't. I tried to get this boy to buy a gun every other day, even though I had 100 of them. He didn't pick up one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He counted that cash in a heartbeat, though. You know what I'm saying? Made sure everybody good. So you got to think, if P not no person out here killing people and jumping on people, who legacy is we really carrying? If we out here do that for him. Now he was a helper. He was out here helping people, motivating people. Even Kato, he was helping you yield your dreams into existence. You know what I'm saying? So what type of vision do we have if we out here trying to become extinct in any form, whether it's incarceration or death? If my freedom or my motherfucking life is a wager for what I'm doing, I gotta sit down and really think, what is I'm really doing? You know what I'm saying?
Say that again. Say that again. If my
or my life is a wager for what I'm doing, I got to think about what it is that I'm really doing. You know?
Man.
I got to think about that. And I got to think deep. If I give a damn about these people I call myself loving, because you got to understand something. I saw P Soul leave his body. You know what I'm saying? On numerous occasions, this has happened with the streets. We became so desensitized to violence out here. We used to ride up the bodies and turn around on the bike. Like, damn, they got him good. But to see P, it was different. You know what I'm saying? You saw a guy, on the pavement who wasn't into all that. He didn't come pick me up with 6 guns in the car. He had to pick out with me and say, because you got some guns in the car. You know I got some guns in the car. You know what I'm saying? Let's get in your car. I'm scrapped. You know what I'm saying? But that's what my life was like. You know what I'm saying? So my head was on the swivel because of that. You know what I'm saying? But P condoned in different things, man. And I wanted to honor him in that way. We did in our pastime a couple of times. We would go to the hospital on their lunch break and go to their cafeteria so he can mac on the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I started doing this shit. I'm like, man,
that sound like P.
Yeah, he wasn't out here buying bullets and all that. He was getting money, man. He was talking about ownership shit. He was doing different things, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to renege on that. I don't want to renege on the lessons I learned from him because those were valuable.
You know what he told me just shortly before he died? He said, I'm about to start wearing slacks. And I said, what? had started wearing button ups. He said, I'm about to start wearing slacks. I said, what are you talking about, P? Slacks, like Kevin McIntosh and them wear, like them kind of slacks. I was like, Negro, what is you talking? He's like, no, cuz I'm about to start, just trying to be a little more presentable and, about business and stuff. And I was like, hey man, we'll get you some slacks then. And I think he was working. Don had got him some little job somewhere he was working, and he would be talking about that. And so, like you say, I think he would be proud of what y'all doing. I know he would. Not as a matter of fact, I know he would.
Most definitely, it's legacy work. You know what I'm saying? It's bringing change for other youngsters. You know what I'm saying? To not, get wrapped up in some of the things that we did get blinded by. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Oh yeah, he'd be proud of it.
He definitely would be. Ain't no doubt in my mind that he would be. So let's listen to this last verse, and then because we getting short on time. I want to make sure we do put some cash in the jackpot, and I need y'all to help me with that. So let's listen to this last verse, and we're gonna wrap it up after that, and then we're gonna get to this money giveaway. Cool?
Bet.
We in it till we finish.
I don't know, Kat. I just can't seem to wrap my mind around I'm never gonna see you again. I just can't seem to let it go. I know I got to, but I can't.
Give me just one more verse, a tribute to the very first. Put us on the biggest stage, kept us on the same page. Late nights at the studio, came out and the sun was up. Roll up in that relentless truck, could nobody run with us. Cutting tracks with T-Swang, Ohio with the Dipset. The Trina show was off the chains, Apollo had us upset. The funeral when Pete left, you put your head up on my chest. Said, Angie, I just want him back. Now I'm feeling like that. One last time for Kato, two more times for Kendrick. This one for Relentless, we in it till we finish. One last time for Kato, two more times for Kendrick. This one for Relentless, we in it till we finish. I guess that's it. Ain't nothing really left that I can say. I'ma miss you, Kat. I'ma miss you forever. Ain't nobody did it like we did it. You can rest on that. Relentless way forever. Chuck. You know we still rockin' and rollin'. Rest in peace, Pookie Slims. Rest in peace, Frank Nitty. Rest in peace, P-Man. Till we meet again.
Yeah, definitely. Those last people that we shouted out, Pookie Slim, Frank Nitty, Kato, P-Man, all people that we did this music stuff with. James, I had to ask you, P is gone, Kato is gone, Snoop is locked up with an L. Your father was murdered when you was very small. And you've been in and out of prison since you were very young. You've been shot. I've seen you in a wheelchair. You've been accused of taking a life. You've been accused of all sorts of things. Some folks would even say that you're a menace. What do you say about you?
Yeah, hey, all I can say is, I never let my past define who I am. Yeah, I have done a lot of things, but I'm never gonna let my past dictate my future. I'm never gonna let nobody, whoever say I'm a menace, you know what I'm saying? All I can say is just look at the things I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I like that. Never be defined by it. Never be bound by it. We talked about that on the last episode, about being bound, chained to your past. And you don't have to be. You have to break those chains, because if you don't break those chains, you'll end up broken.
Yeah.
Can I say this? I want to say one thing, right? I want to piggyback on that. A lot of people say stuff about my past that's cool, but I would say my past has made me become the man that I am today.
Mm-hmm. And listen, that's it. Like you said, it shaped you, and you didn't let it break you, and it made you in a lot of ways better. It made you
Yeah, for sure.
stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made you stronger. So B, some people disagreed with your decision to join forces with Short or Michael Wilder, considering the situation with P Man. Some people don't agree with your work with law enforcement. Some people can't get past the fact that you was a thug, that you was a pistol toter and your whole past. But who do you say Big B is?
Man, I say I'm me. I'm a man of strength, integrity. I'm a leader. I'm a leader of my people. You know what I'm saying? So I took charge of that. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was doing that inside those projects, just because I was buying the kids ice cream and feeding the neighborhood. I thought I was doing that. I really was contributing to the problem. And for a lot of individuals who didn't agree with me unifying with others, they was never on the front line with me no way. So I couldn't hear them. Their voices was numb. For the people who
Right.
was on the front line with me, they totally agreed because they knew I was ready to self-destruct and blow up at any day. Every day was a good day to die, whether it was the police or whether it was some coward I felt like I was up against that was trying to, take my image or do whatever he was trying to do to me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to buy that. You know what I'm saying? And then for law enforcement, they got to understand I had to unify with law enforcement. How they think I'm getting into the juvenile homes, the hospitals, and the county jails talking to these kids and these young broken men out here who ain't got nobody else that's submitting to the wisdom of the council that's trying to tell them something right, that's trying to tell them something better that's going to lead them somewhere in life instead of putting them back in them cages. Like I said, these numbers is online for you to see. 31 prisons in Michigan, 30 for men, and they all overcrowded. So for those that ain't doing the data and they just sitting out here commentating, I can't hear them. They was
Come
never on
on.
the front line. The
Talk
brave
about
first to
it.
die.
It's just, he said, I can't hear them. Tell it. Tell it.
Hey,
Hey.
can I piggyback off that real fast?
Yes, sir.
And it's just like me and B that had this conversation a million and 10 times, and like everybody screamed, and I know we pressed for time. Everybody screamed.
No, you good. Talk about it.
Everybody screamed that they're a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm a real nigga. I'm a real street nigga. I'm this. I'm this. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I want to let it be known because it was one said, "Oh, Too Short your friend. This, and another." I don't have very many friends. A lot of people from Saw Haven ain't even my friends. So how could this guy ever be my friend? You know what I'm saying? Like I've been knowing Too Short since I was a kid, but I don't know Too Short. But what I will say about that situation, P Man is my brother, right? The situation with the Too Short situation, I don't fault Too Short. Do I? I
Right.
don't. I'm not saying Too Short is my friend. I'm not saying Too Short we cool. You know, whatever. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying coming from the street aspect, Too Short only did what he's supposed to do as a man, defend himself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What Lil Ouija and Slick and everybody else played their role in there, them the people that I fault. You know what I'm saying? Because Too Short has been a man. Like
Right.
people will be like, "Oh, Too Short, you a whole ass nigga, you didn't fight Snoop." You know what I'm saying? But now that he fought Snoop and a tracker came out of it, yeah, it's a fucked up situation. Don't get me wrong. Excuse my language. Yeah, it's a messed up situation. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can't fault a man for protecting himself because if the tables was reversed, we'll be tipping our hats. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll be partying. We'll be saying cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the type of person that it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying?
But
If something,
this you saying something though, because you said if the tables would turn, we be giving props. This is
yeah,
what I tell people all the time. We can't run around all the time talking about taking other black people's lives and celebrating the deaths. And then when it come to our door, when it's at our feet, it's a different story. when you see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like you said, if the roles would have been reversed, it wouldn't be all of that. And so we just got to start valuing everybody's life. Everybody's life is valuable. Everybody got a mama. Everybody got kids that they leaving behind. So we really have to just start appreciating and having more respect for one another as a whole. Don't mean we got to be friends. Don't mean we got to be cool. But so I really like everything that y'all just said on that. I really do. And it needed to be said.
And I'm gonna say this, right? And I ain't gonna say her name over, but I gotta give her praises. You know what I'm saying? Because when the Tevin situation happened, she set me down and was talking to me and told me, "Hey, listen, go talk to that man." You know what I'm saying? Like, express how you feel to this man. Like, stop holding it in.
Right.
So what I did, I took her advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell her to this day, like, I tip my hat to her because she was part of my change. She's part of my growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And without me listening to her, I would have never came to talk to Too Short. Little do people know, like, I went to these people when Kato was dying. You know what I'm saying? My PO played me. And B remember this yesterday, because like yesterday, I was on Tether. And my PO had gave me a travel pass to fly out to Vegas to see Kato. But they knew that I couldn't fly because I had a tether on my ankle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I'm fresh from the penitentiary. So I was talking to, like I said, I was talking to her, and she told me, she said, listen, go talk to your cousin now. Maybe they can help you, because I was telling her, man, my cousin them doing this good. My cousin them doing this good. But at this particular time, like I say, I was straddled on the fence. I was still in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I had just pulled up with cuz in my mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had just lost Tevin. My mind was somewhere else, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she was telling me, listen, you headed for destruction. Go talk to these people. You know what I'm saying? And I was never the one to express how I feel. The only way that I expressed how I felt was through violence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I didn't feel like you cared how I felt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's deep. Even with like the situation with my pop situation, it's deep. You know what I'm saying? Because people always ask me, why did you do the things that you did in life? You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people, now that I know who I am, I can tell you why I acted out as a child.
Right.
I can tell you why I made the decisions that I made. You know what I'm saying? And I can't blame my mom. You know what I'm saying? I can, but my mama can only teach me so much. And my mama don't know no different. She can't teach me no different. You see what I'm saying?
That's growth, though, for you to even recognize that, because so many people are still running around blaming their parents for things that their parents didn't even know. You know what I mean? They can't give you what they don't have. And I knew exactly why all of y'all felt a certain way. Like, it's clear you don't have that type of tragedy that early on and have to know what happened to your father and all the different things. It don't just come from nowhere. You know what I mean? You don't just pull that out of the air. Or I'm just going to be like this. I think you was, how old were you when you first went away? Weren't you real young?
I was 16.
Yeah, that's just like my brother. He been going in and out since he was 12. You know what I mean? So to be able to recognize that is like you say, that's the change of status. That's the growth. And so, man, shout out to, man, I really love what y'all B. You know, I came down in the war room and was like, man, I love this stuff.
Oh, definitely. I
tell everybody, it would be like, I volunteer at different places, and first person I always see, he the biggest Negro in the place. I'm like, what's up, B? I always run into him. So I just really appreciate y'all being so open and open to discussing. And I thought the end of that song, I said the funeral, when P left, you put your head up on my chest, said, Angie, I just want him back. Now I'm feeling like that. I remember at P Man funeral when we were coming out, and they were putting him in the carriage, and I was kind of across the street, and I heard Kato yell out, and he came across the street, and he ran up to me, and he just buried his head on my chest and was like, Angie, I just want him back. And I just so vividly remember that when I heard about him leaving, that was my friend. And, we certainly gonna miss P-Man and Kato. Like I said, rest in peace to all of those young brothers that we lost. It's hard to think about, Pookie being gone, Frank being gone, Kato gone, P-Man gone, Tev gone. Even though it wasn't tragic, my little nephew gone. It's just, it's sad to sit back and think, but I'm so glad to see you all bringing new life into a new generation of young people and giving them another opportunity. So let's give Big B and James a hand for their change of status. And we're gonna go into our look at there. We done lost James. He gonna come back, but we're gonna go into our trivia when James come back on. But while we're waiting on him, we're gonna have another quick commercial break. Who isn't trying to eat a little healthier, look a little better, or feel a little more fit? Whether you're doing it for your health or simply doing it for the gram, Johnny Fitness can get you right. He offers personalized diet plans, meal preps, and training sessions on your time. Whether you want to achieve a hard body or need to lose weight for health reasons, Johnny Fitness can help you. You can contact him on social media at Johnny Fitness 750 on Instagram or on Facebook at Johnny Lewis. That's Johnny Fitness, the next generation leader. B, it looked like we done lost James.
Oh man, we appreciate him, man.
Yeah, but does that mean though we got to ask you these questions so you can put some money into the jackpot? So how it works is every week people they comment, and they share the video, and that gives them an opportunity when we do the jackpot giveaway at the end of the month to win. Last week we gave away $100. But how we build the jackpot is I ask you questions. For every question you get right, we add $5 to the till. So last week we got good. We got James back.
Okay, I feel better.
Yeah.
I feel better now.
Hey, he was sweating a little bit, James.
Oh man, my phone had died.
Hey, B thought he was gonna have to answer these questions by himself. So
I got him.
Yeah, so like I told him, at the end of the month we do a drawing for a cash giveaway. Last week we did the giveaway for June. We gave away $100. How we build the pot. Each week we have guests on. I ask you 5 questions. For every question you get right, we add $5 to the jackpot. So right now we got, I think we got $45 in the pot. We got 25 the first week. We put 20 in last week. No, we put 15 in last week. So we got 40 in the pot. So this is y'all opportunity to help the people out. So here we go. I'm going to ask y'all questions. Either one of y'all can answer it.
If you get pertaining.
Huh?
What these questions pertaining?
The questions are always surrounding either the song or the guest for the episode. So This is going to be surrounding Relentless Way.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. All right. First question. What year was the Relentless Way compilation released?
Like,
2003.
I say 04, 05.
2003.
03.
Come on, man. Come on.
Hold on.
Don't say it until you're sure. Think again.
Hey, go check the date on the picture, bro.
No, I'm about to tell you. Cause I left Look, you got to think. I left in 05. I left in 04. That album was done then, right?
I said when was it released, not recorded.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I can't remember when it was released.
Okay, well, I can't get y'all that one. 2006. You know it came out.
You can't ask me that. I was gone.
You wasn't gone, James. You was helping us sell the James. You was helping us sell the CDs.
Hey, think about it, cuz. Hey, cuz.
I was in prison in 06.
Me too. Remember that stuff happened on church? With,
James, you wasn't in prison. But no, don't say nothing incriminating. James, do you remember when those people in South Haven, I don't want to say their names, but remember when that murder-suicide happened?
Yeah, that wasn't 06 though.
That was 06.
Nah, Angie.
The kids was younger.
James. 2000. Kato on the CD saying 2005. He on the CD saying 2005.
Yeah, I know, but look, what I'm saying is in 06.
But wait a minute. Let's just stop for a second. He's on the CD saying, listen, James, he's on the CD saying Relentless Way Records 2005.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so that's when we recorded it.
But see, I was gone. I remember, if you remember, think about this. Remember me, you, Priest Shalimar, we was on Idaho talking. B, I went to jail from Church Street and I never came home to 2010. The feds came and got me.
James, the CD was out.
Yeah, but I was gone.
But the CD had already been out.
Nah, Angie. Not when I was free.
And Angie had access, bro. She asked.
Yeah, but I was telling her I was gone when they. The last thing
James, do you remember when we got the box at the park? It was during probably, I think, the Bobby Walker tournament in August, and he broke that box open and we started selling them. Later on, we went to Kalamazoo and started selling them.
The last thing I did with Relentless Way Records was when we went to Ben Harbor.
And the CD was out.
No.
It was. We didn't have none with us because you remember Kato was like, y'all done performed and did all of that, and ain't nobody got no CDs to sell.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. But no, I wasn't.
Hey, listen.
Hey, James,
I'm not giving you no points for that.
Was James with us the night we went to Detroit, then drove back from Detroit to Indianapolis to do another show?
Yes.
Circuit City Classic.
Yes, Circuit City Classic.
Yeah.
James, come on now. Hey, B, wait a minute. Wait a minute, B.
Straight to that club. And then we end up leaving, going to Indianapolis.
Going to Indiana.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. B, well, hold up while you talking. Do you remember that show in Grand Rapids where they threw the beer and Rob was with us?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Rob.
Rob, man.
He struck off that stage. B grabbed him right by the back of his shirt and grabbed.
Yeah. He was running into the crowd. I gotta control my tank. You know?
Hey, look, he grabbed him right back. Like I say, I felt safe. I said, okay, we good. But yeah, no, I'm not giving you points for that, James. You're not getting no points for that.
Yeah.
Next question. Finish this bar. So I'm gonna start the bar and I want you to finish it, okay? I'm an old school hustler with a new school shine. Niggas know me for and how I got on my grind, how I got out of line, finally took what was mine. Finish that line.
Go ahead, B.
What's that, Romalati?
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, I would be honest with you, I don't listen to this song.
Come on now. I'm going to say it one more time. Y'all about to disappoint me.
We're going to have to disappoint you then because you done took us back like 10 years.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm an old school hustler with a new school shine. Niggas know me for and how I got on my grind, how I got out of line, finally took what was mine.
Something to see how I shine.
Oh man, I'm gonna give you points for that just because you're struggling. Just because you're struggling. The
I
bar
appreciate it. I need
was
it.
17s, 2023. You see how I shine? What? That was P Man. We're gonna put some money in the bank on that one. Give him 5 for that one.
That.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
Question-
donate some money now.
Yeah, because you ain't doing so good. Okay, question number 3, I think. Name the original members of Illegal Mafia.
Pookie, Frank Nitty, Chuck, you, and Kato.
Yeah. Put some money in the bank. That's right. That's right. That's correct. Okay. On the song we just listened to one last time, what is the order that Play My named the RIP shirts? I said, looking over at all the shirts.
First, you see, I think you said your grandma. No, you said Kyrie.
She said she was looking at grandma.
I'm
first.
working. Looking over at all the shirts.
She looked at grandma first.
Grandma.
Well, yeah. I'll let you say it like that because I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Grandma,
then what?
Kyrie. No, you said grandma.
You said grandma first. I'll give you that.
Kyrie.
Grandma P, Kyrie.
There you go. There you go. Just stop right there because you're about to lose it. Looking over at all the shirts, P, Ree, and Grandma first. We'll give you that.
I was thinking about Devo.
We put some money in the bank for that. Okay. Last question. This is an easy one. What is the first song on the Relentless Way compilation?
Zone Boy for Life with Pub on there.
What's the name of it?
Damn.
Zone Boy.
True that. Put some money in the bank. First song of the compilation was The Truth Is. Y'all give it up for Big B and James. We had to work for it, but we was able to put, what's that, 5, 10, 15, $20 in the kitty. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. We got the jackpot up to 60 now. We got another episode to add some more money to it. So y'all, once again, give it up for my guests for working so hard today. You know what? I appreciate you guys for coming on, taking time to chop it up with us tonight. I want you to tell one more time, B, whatever you got going on with your organizations, anything you need the people to know, any events you got coming up, tell them right now.
Man, listen, man. July 24th, we got the Peace During War and Friends jumping off in Patwood, aka the Know You, keeping the faith and interfaith. We're doing this for the youngsters, y'all, trying to give them some good nutrients in life, some good recipes on how to come up and sustain a positive lifestyle. Also, we got Change of Status jumping off. Graduation to be coming up soon. We at session number 8. We got 4 more sessions. We're going to graduate the guys out. We pay for suits and everything. We don't hold them up. We make sure we get what you need and be your support system so you ain't got to come off much. Also, we got the life counts coming up Saturday, July 10th. It'll be on the east side at Heather Gardens. You know what I'm saying? We're reaching out to the Heather Garden killers, trying to get this violence down in the city, man. Trying to get these young guys real life, man. You know, and stay tuned for everything else we got coming up. I'll be broadcasting and putting out and sending you everything.
Appreciate that. Y'all stay locked in to what B got going on. B, I need you to go like the page too, because I don't think you follow it. Go ahead. James, what you want the people to know before you get out of here?
Man, just keep praying for me, man. That's all I can ask y'all to do. Keep praying for me. And, you know.
You know what, James? Everybody that come on my show, I get off and I pray for them. But you know what? Since you said it, I'm going to pray for you real quick before you go. Father in heaven, in the name of Jesus, Lord, I come to you as humbly as I know how. Come before you with a praise on my lips, Lord, and thanksgiving in my heart for these young men that came on here today. Lord, I'm asking that you will meet their every righteous desire, Lord. I ask that you continue to guide their footsteps, give them the know-how, give them the tools, give them the resources to continue to pour into these young men in our community, Lord. We asking that you will give this young brother peace in every situation that has caused him restless nights. We ask that you continue to build up Big B, Lord. We ask that you continue to make him the man of honor, of integrity that he is, that I know him to be, and give him the strength to do the work that he set out to do. Don't let him be weary in well doing, for there is a reward in those that press on to the end. These things and all things we ask in your son Jesus' name. Thank God. Amen. I thank you guys so much. I thank you guys so much. Y'all give it up for Mr. James Shaver and Mr. Yafincio Harris, aka Big B. Hey, y'all. They're my dogs right there. They're my dogs, and I'm so glad that they came and chopped it up with me today. And I want y'all to stay locked in with what B has coming up. Stay locked in on the efforts that they're doing over there with the change of status. I see a lot of good works going on. And y'all stay locked in, because this is the podcast that goes behind the bars of local and international artists, as well as discusses the culture in real time. Never forget what I always say. A life lived, it's a bar. We out.
No, these niggas cannot beat me. Don't know why they keep on trying. I'ma keep on grinding. My your boy gon' be on TV. We came all the way from nothing, turned it into something. No, these niggas cannot beat me. Don't know why they keep on trying. I'ma keep on grinding.
No Vaseline was good, but it didn't hit like.
Turn it into something.